welcome back to another video. And this video is going to be longer than usual, so make sure to grab your popcorn and get ready. And in this video, I'll be talking about football in review this season. This season was a huge season for football in general. Many key events took place and massive changes which will shape the future of football next season. And in this video, I will talk about all the key events which happened in the top 5 leagues, including the World Cup, the European Cups, and all the key teams and news. So buckle up and get ready. First, we start in the Premier League. It was a fantastic season, to be honest. Haaland broke the Premier League top goal scorer record, and that also in his debut season. Harry Kane scored 30 goals in that season as well, but was shadowed by Haaland's fame. City came back to win the title. Arsenal bottled the league. United, Newcastle, City and Arsenal qualified for the Champions League. Liverpool qualified for the Europa League alongside Brighton, and Aston Villa qualified for the Conference League. Were very underdogs and they have made it to the Europa League alongside Liverpool, as I said before. Aston Villa for the Conference League, obviously. League qualifiers, not even the Conference League, under Unai Emery, who was placed mid-season. Chelsea finished 12th and spent 700 million euros, disgraceful. For that, check out my previous video. Now we move on to the Serie A. Napoli were balling out and won the league. Juventus were being accused of scams and charges were dropped and held again as they were found guilty again. It was not all bad for them as they qualified for the Conference League qualifiers. Atalanta and Roma in the Europa League. Napoli, Lazio, Inter Milan and AC Milan qualified for the Champions League. Next, we move on to the Bundesliga. Bayern was shaky, having many ups and downs. They replaced manager Julian Nagelsmann, who won every single Champions League match, with Thomas Tuchel. For what reason, I have no idea, and I was very outraged as a Bayern fan. Now, after the sacking, they still managed to win the league when Dortmund bottled it on the last match day. Check out the Bundesliga series for that. Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig and Union Berlin qualified for the Champions League. Union Berlin were promoted to the Bundesliga a few years ago and in my opinion, they are the underdogs. Congrats to them. Leverkusen and Freiburg qualified for the Europa League and Frankfurt surprisingly qualified for the Conference League. Only I expected better from them. But what do you expect? Xavi Alonso, good job from him. Moving on, we go to the Ligue 1, where PSG fans booed Messi, chanted slares at the club and players. Messi left, and Mbappe kept toying with a move to Real Madrid, which never happened, and it is not looking likely to happen right now as well. They got knocked out by Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They haven't even scored a goal against them. They barely won the league and were one point away from losing the league to Lens. Lens and Paris Saint-Germain qualified for the Champions League. Marseille qualified for the Europa League, and Stade Rennais qualified for the Conference League. And Lille qualified for the Conference League qualifiers. Barcelona won it after being knocked out in the Champions League group stages and losing to United in the round of 16 Europa League qualifiers. Basically, the team which placed second in the group in the Europa League versus the team which placed third in the Champions League group would face each other, and whoever won would go to the Europa League round of 16. Just for explanation, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico and Real Sociedad make it to the Champions League. Villarreal and Real Betis in the Europa League, and Osasuna in the Conference League. Messi won the World Cup on penalties to France. Mbappe scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final, being the one to do since 1990s or something. Germany and Belgium were sent home in the group stages after failing to win 2 matches. Germany only won 1, that was barely, against Costa Rica as well, and Belgium were just disgraceful. Anyways, Morocco were the underdogs, beating Spain, Belgium, Canada, Portugal, but lost to France in the semi-final. They placed 4th after Croatia beat them to 3rd place. Now in the Champions League quarterfinal, Bayern got knocked out by City as well as Real Madrid. And Napoli performed good but lost to AC Milan in the quarterfinals, who then lost to Inter to move on to the final. Was very entertaining, but for the love of God, please no more 1-0 finals, please. Last 4 years have been the same 1-0 final. City win the final 1-0 with a rocket from Rodri. Haaland scored 12 goals in the Champions League. United lost to Sevilla and Arsenal lost to Real Betis. Sevilla beat Mourinho's Roma, but there was some controversy, obviously, because this is football. United also beat Barcelona in the Euro 16 qualifiers, which I talked about before. Declan Rice helped West Ham lift the Conference League after a late winner from them. Declan Rice has now joined Arsenal for an absurd fee of 105 million euros plus with add-ons. The add-ons were at least 20 million, so 135 million. And they said the Bundesliga is finished. Yeah, right. Yep, that's mostly it. City did win the treble this season too. Anyways, make sure to like and sub because this video took me ages to make. Thanks and catch you later.